But yeah, anyway, so that was...
We also, in the last month, released a couple videos.
Yeah.
That we can talk about. Go ahead, Rocky.
The first one we put out was, we did one recently that was called something to the effect of Cancel Metroid Federation Force Immediately. And we really, the big inspiration behind that, we always try, when E3 happens, we always like to lay low and wait for, okay, what's the goofiest thing that came out of E3? Like, what's the funniest thing, you know? And, you know, there's lots of big things that came out of it, but a lot of it, you know, like Final Fantasy VII Remake finally got announced and all this other stuff. And it was like, okay, yeah, well, it's kind of crazy that happened. But then we saw all these people getting pissed that they were making a Metroid 3DS game that didn't really look like a Metroid game. Now, admittedly, I feel like, yeah, it's been like a long time since there was a legit Metroid game. Why did that? It's kind of weird timing to me. But then, as you read further, it was like, we're petitioning to have them cancel the game. We want all the developers involved to lose their jobs. We want everyone crucified at the hand of it's, you know, and it was just like, man, I don't know if that's a little
Internet
far.
petitions are just, I think, one of the worst things I've found out about.
Well, even though recently, like, Iwata passed away, unfortunately, rest in peace, but there was a petition like, Nintendo, you better make a fucking amiibo of him so we can pay homage to it. And it's like, I think they could just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let Nintendo handle this.
I don't need to tell anyone how to mourn. That's just me. But anyway, yeah, so the Metroid thing happened, and so we were cracking up about that. It was like that it was that upsetting to people that they wanted everyone destroyed. And so it just turned into, okay, I don't know, it sounded threatening in a way that we just thought, oh, let's make something that's almost reminiscent of an ISIS video, where it's just like, you will join our cause, or you will die, you know, that kind of thing.
Let's say in our video that what they're doing isn't enough. Like, they should be punished more than this for making a video game.
Yeah. So, anyway, so we made this video, and if you ever, I mean, don't ever look up any ISIS videos. Don't do that. But there's clips. You'll see clips of it in the news. Like, I watched some reports from CNN where they talked about them, and they're really, because when we were initially making the video, I thought, oh, this will maybe just be kind of handy cam, like shaky cam out somewhere. You would think, but like their videos are actually really high produced. Like they're very well filmed, and it's kind of crazy. But anyway, I watched some CNN news reports where and it's always a guy in a ski mask, like pointing and telling you like what it is. But it's all filmed really well, so that's what we tried to do. Is like we have like dolly shots and things like that, and tried to film it in a way that it seemed as authentic as possible, because we really wanted to make sure we had the authentic ISIS experience, making a video about Metroid.
I feel like a lot of times when we're doing stuff like this, there's a very, very fine line where it's like, okay, this is like the worst thing ever over here. I'm trying to be funny over here.
Yeah.
So let's be real careful here and not go too crazy.
But yeah, so anyway, we did this video. I don't know why. It was just pure impulse that Derek named himself Kylie Minogue. Like he was like, I need a name. I think of the first thing that comes to mind. All right, hi, I'm Kylie Minogue, and here he was. All right.
The off the wall naming of our characters in videos, I think always gets a little chuckle out of the audience. It's like a cherry on top.
But anyway, yeah. So we what else happened with that video?
Well, I got to dress y'all up in my airsoft gear.
Yeah. It's really handy having Garrett around, because we don't have to buy any of that gear, he just has it.
It's funny though, because I get very excited, like, I'm going to break that all in, I'm going to dress these guys up, make them look legit, but you guys were like, alright, we got like, let's film this, da, da, da. And I can tell I'm delaying the process. You need this glove, this glove.
Garrett is so meticulous about military clothing and like. Yeah.
Now that hilt would be on the other side, so can you change that? It's like, no one's gonna care.
In particular, I think Derek was just like, can we just take those gloves off, get over here, get in position, we're filming. It's like, all right, sorry.
But yeah.
I think the video turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
I think we did walk that line. okay, and that we weren't too offensive.
I think that video is good. I think it's a little too long. Like we made that really quickly, and you get kind of, when you're editing a video on a tight deadline, you kind of get locked in tunnel vision. Like, this is how it's supposed to be. A, B, C, D. That's what we made. That's how it has to be. And I think it kind of, I think that like the scene with Rachel strangling me like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Was funny, but we didn't need it. I think it could have ended when we said we weren't going to buy the game. I feel like could have just stopped there, but the rest of it's still funny. I think it's all funny. But
Will the director's cut coming soon, or what?
yeah, just stop watching about halfway through. That's the director's cut. But no, but I think those later scenes are still funny. I think I enjoyed it. I was happy with how it turned out.
Yeah.